What's one of your favorite memories from your time in Stanley?
Well, they all were favorite memories. I loved it all. I guess the uh, Mary Helms experience that she was one who took care of Stanley. Our youngest son was born there, and Mary was a remarkable person. And but earlier in her life, she was apprehensive and fearful, and she was out hanging her clothes out one day on the clothesline, looked up in the sky, and she could see, maybe reenacted, Jesus going up to heaven on Ascension Day, and it has changed her life. She was no longer fearful. She now had faith in the Lord, and knew that He was real, that He was with her, that He cared about her. She got involved in church nursery and did some things there. About that time, some months later, that Ann and I had Stanley, and Ann was still teaching at Springfield School, and so she kept on teaching, and Mary would come to the parsonage there and take care of Stanley, and she was just a wonderful influence. I can just see them now, Stanley, little Stanley, and Mary, a larger person, singing together, "Oh, how I love Jesus, oh, how I love Jesus, oh, how I love Jesus, because He first loved me." And that was just every day. The period of time that we built the activities building was a very special time, and so the time that we finished the activities building was God's timing, because we also at that very time brought in a lay witness mission that came to the church there. They came together, and so we were having sessions and Sunday night services, and we turned that over entirely to the lay witness group that I usually presided over it, and some of the other folks, Tommy Bumgarner and Claude Lutz and Cotton Ryan and a number of others would share in it, and we'd have different speakers from other places, and it was just sometimes like a revival meeting that we were having on Sunday night. I guess the biggest surprise, and I never had a surprise like this before or ever again, that they gave Coach Thompson a car, and they said, well, I don't know what they said, but anyway, they said, well, we gave one car away, let's surprise somebody else. And so I was going on a lot of mission trips, meetings and stuff. I was on the communications committee for the conference, and going to Ohio and California and several places for meetings then. And so I'd be away, and most of the time I'd get back from church, but sometimes I wouldn't. And so I knew something was going on. You're hard to keep a secret, but they had no idea what it was. And one Sunday after church, I just come back from Akron, Ohio. That's where, Akron. And I'm not sure who gave me the keys, whether it was Claude Lutz or who had some brand new sparkling Ford Torino, car, you could knock me over with a feather. Well, I guess that was the first service that I had uh, at, at, uh, at Mount Pleasant. They invited me to come preach, and I got over to Mount Pleasant, and I wasn't prepared for it. I had my usual sermon notes written out, and I was going to preach them 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And the Mount Pleasant people said, "Come on, brother, preach! Come on, brother, preach!"
Well,
And so I just
because of the kids, they said they weren't.
the janitor and his family all were
right on the edge.
were all there. Yeah, they were being nice to me. They said, "Come on, brother, come on, give it to us, come on, brother," and I did. Archie and Betty Carolyn was such wonderful youth counselors. There were some others that helped, and Jill Stroop would go to help cook sometimes, and Buzz and Tommy's mother would go, and several of the ladies were just mothers to the youth in this church, and we go to the beach, and okay, because I felt the call to preach at Lake Junaluska. That's the reason I had 1 or 2 offers from people to come back to Stanley for a little plot of land, and if I wanted to retire there, and I was so tempted, but I felt Junaluska really called me, because that's where I felt the call to preach, and it was the youth week they had up here, and I remember the speaker, remember it all, remember the theme, and it had a communion service. How I felt the call to preach, and when I got back to, I was living in Statesville, growing up. My father was a preaching. When we came back into the railroad station, in about 5 minutes, my father said, "JC, you're different. Something's happened to you." And I said, "I guess so. Hey, it is something." I felt the call to preach. I want to become a preacher. Of course, I know you didn't buy this property, the property that you have at Springfield, but the way you promoted it has been, I'm sure at times you've maybe even received criticism or two from somebody that we need to stay on Main Street and do our work there, and not get involved over there, but let them go over and run there, but that's enough. But it's good that you can use both, and who knows what you may have sometime. I guess it wouldn't hurt to have some of the ideas that new generation have on where you organize and where you reach out. And I feel like it's your 70 that you have coming now to the special service. That's a way of reaching out. And I say God bless you on that, but keep the old going. Keep it going. It's some of the greatest people you'll ever know are in Stanley United Methodist Church. Keep it going. Keep looking back, and also keep looking forward, and then concentrate on where you are right now in the work of the ministry of the church. So I want to do the best I could for the church, and want to do the best I could for the Lord and His work, and how much of that was personal ego, I don't know. I hope not a lot of it, not as much as I sometimes wonder about. But I do love the Lord, and I want to serve Him. And I mean, what did Paul say? To I mean, to live is Christ, to die is gain. Well, I mean, I've got no problem. I'm ready to go meet Christ. Oh, how I love Jesus. Oh, how I love Jesus. Oh, how I love Jesus, because he first loved me. And that was just every day.
What about fishing trips?
Yep, okay.
Did you and the men do any fishing trips?
Yeah. Well, that makes sense too.
I've heard stories of you and your skivvies. Claude Lutz tells some story of you and your skivvies on a fishing trip.
Well, we had some.
Well, I don't want to wear you out with.
Well, you don't wear me out.
Okay.
You sort of bring me back to life. But I'm taking too much of your time, I know.